They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
List 50, here we go. List 50.
On second down, Cook. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second down, Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
46.
On third down, it's Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And Cook has it left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Play action now. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a third down.
Let's go, let's go.
Cousins to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morgan. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Let's just shoot me. Let's just shoot me. Lucky 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Lynn, 50, here we go. 300. Lynn, 50, here we go.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. To throw is Cousins. Finding a safety valve here, that's complete. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Here's Beasley. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We're going to 54. Why ain't? We go 46, 46. We go 47, 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
46, 46. 46. 46, 46. 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. A give to Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott from the gun. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there on third down. 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer out him again.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal.
46.
Prescott to throw it. Steps away to his left. Twisting away. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
21's the will. 26.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Cousins on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
It's coming now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Austin. Intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Let's go.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 480. Here we go, 47. Done. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here you go. Done. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And taken right on the 30. Diggs with a good footwork. An excellent return that time. 26 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go. Hey, flipper.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's just shoot me.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Cousins now to throw on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. First down, here's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Chester Rogers as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
46, 46. 47. 26.
On second down, Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. Final play of the half. Prescott forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go to Elliott again. Room here to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Prescott from the gun on third. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Ringo. Wide.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. From the gun, here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big 30-yard play on third.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Go ahead. Liz 50.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got Rodgers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They go play action here on first down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though,
the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Randy Gregory in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott from his end zone on 3rd. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
There we go, kill.
Second down, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right, and that'll be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Prescott. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go, 46.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A first down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Wide. We're going. Let's go. Liz, 50, here we go. Be ready. Right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Liz, 50, here we go. Gun.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that one will be accepted.
Let's finish now. Gun.
A first down throw for Prescott. Flexing his muscle at the... Bye, Beasley. He's at the 40. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards.
46. We go 47.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Ready? Rhino. We're going. Let's go. Rhino.
I got him. He's mine.
Yellow. Wide.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Move. Wide. Liz 50.
Check, go get him.
Rhino.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Hey, Steamer. We're going. Let's go. Wide. Black.
Throwing is Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Beasley now to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now here come the Cowboys. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. 46.
First down, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. Now Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert it on 3rd and inches. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Move, move.
Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Get out, get out. Here you go. Got it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation. And now here's another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Throwing here, Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where